Bob Marley, One Love is an American musical biofilm directed by Reinaldo Marcus Green, written by David Winter, and stars Kingsley Ben-Adir and Lashana Lynch. Let's take a look. At the beginning of One Love, we find Bob Marley and his band The Wall is preparing to throw this live concert as a means of uniting Jamaica as it's going through a bit of a civil war. And the movie really comes off as a bit of a thriller in many ways, where you see an assassination attempt done on him and his family, where his home gets invaded and he gets shot a couple of times, or members of his band get shot a couple of times, and it's actually pretty dark in terms of its tone. And then he perseveres and performs a concert, and we get to see him travel to Europe and go through the process of creating his most famous album, Exodus. And then the movie bounces back and forth between being an examination of him creating music, his little bit of his personal life, and some flashback sequences that kind of just didn't really work and threw me out of the movie, where we see his father and the conflict that's there between his mom and his dad, and his father not accepting him. Things that in many ways just pull down the film and don't really pay off in the end. That being said, in terms of performances, the movie is actually really good. Kingsley Ben-Adir is pretty solid as Marley. His performance does not come off as an impersonation or as someone trying to sound like Bob Marley. It's very natural and consistent. So I would say in terms of choices for an actor, he actually came off as really, really good. In the back of my mind, I kind of envisioned someone like a Jussie Smollett doing it, but well, we all know why he wouldn't be cast in anything. Lashana Lynch is great as Marley's wife. She's pretty much the heart and soul of the movie. All the big emotional moments that we see through his career, at least through the eyes of the movie, she's there, and we can see through her eyes the struggle and the pain and issues that he has in terms of his health, not knowing whether he's good at what he's doing, the womanizing, the amount of kids that he has from other women. It's all there, and the handful of scenes that they have together are actually really, really good. That said, the movie doesn't really give them time to flesh out in terms of a relationship. In many ways, the movie just kind of feels very unbalanced. And that's where I see the movie really failing. It's not necessarily Reinaldo Marcus Green's directing, even though I was a bit disappointed by the concert sequences not being as alive and as vibrant. And if anyone's seen Marley performing on stage, via YouTube or any documentary, the man was like super alive and super energized on stage. And the performance by Kingsley has that. That said, visually, we don't get that. The camera is usually fairly static and doesn't move with him, doesn't dance with him, doesn't gyrate or give us that extra energy that we want. I reviewed Selena in honor of this movie, and you see the concert sequence in Selena. There's movement, there's color, there's reaction shots from the crowd that match the performance on stage. Here we don't really have that. And I was honestly, the first 45 minutes of the movie are kind of rough in that sense, where in terms of storytelling, it's unbalanced. In terms of character, it's unbalanced. In terms of, what arc are we following for this movie, it just doesn't feel right. The production quality is okay. I was able to tell when they used digital effects to make the scenes look bigger, and how they extended wide shots to have a more epic scope. The locations were very basic. The overall look of the film is very, and I say this respectfully, made for TV. This is not a visually compelling movie. So don't expect to walk into it thinking you're gonna see like this vibrant, colorful, high energy production. It is shot in a very basic way. So yeah, I was let down by that. I mean, you hear Bob Marley, you hear the music, and the music is in your head all the time, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. It's going to be there as you're watching this. And I will say the scenes where they were rehearsing the music is kind of interesting and kind of fun to watch, but it isn't storytelling. And in terms of storytelling, I would say this movie is just a massive disappointment. In the end, I'd call Bob Marley, One Love, CineBad. I can't recommend this movie. If you're a fan of Bob Marley, you'll be disappointed. If you're a fan of musical biopics, you'll know that you've seen lots better. I mean, I reviewed Selena earlier this weekend. That was better than this. So ultimately, it's a no-go for me. And that's my honest take of Bob Marley, One Love. Please tune in next time when I'm reviewing Madam Web, written and directed by S.J. Clarkson and starring Dakota Fanning.
Come on! Welcome back to the land of the living.
I don't understand what's happening. I've been having visions. I knew he was gonna die. I think I'm seeing the future.
Thank you very much for watching Cinema Bear. My name's Eric Ortiz. Please put in the comment section, let me know your favorite musical biopic, or let me know a biopic that actually let you down. I'd love to hear about it, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.